Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got a sound system demo of the 15-speaker Bose audio system in the 2020 Cadillac CT5. This is going to be an in-depth review, so we're going to take a look at all the speaker locations, how the sound system works, listen to some sample tracks out on the road, and I'll give you my opinions at the end. So before we get started, let's hop out and take a quick look at this car. So this is Cadillac's more or less CT5 replacement, and this being the V model is not quite as big of a deal as Cadillac V models of the past. This is more like what a V Sport used to be. So we're rocking a 360 horse twin turbo V6, all-wheel drive, and not all too many bells and whistles. But if you'd like to see more on the car, check out our full review, which we'll have a link down in the description. Okay, so for this audio test, I've got a USB stick with uncompressed WAV audio files plugged directly into the system and two high-quality binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio experience on YouTube. We always do these sound system tests with all the sound settings set to their factory defaults. So you can see here we've got a bass, mid-range, and treble equalizer, front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance, and then some sound modes here. So let's go through the equalizer. See 12 levels of adjustment for each. Very easy to change. And then these sound modes kind of move around where the audio is focused. So you've got normal here, then driver, kind of focuses the sound here on me. Rear, straightforward, it's mostly in the back. Then center point, which is Bose's way of kind of making a little bit more of a 3D experience with the sound focused right there in the middle. We'll do it on normal for now, and we'll talk a little bit more about those later on. So for ways to control the audio system, it's a little bit strange here in the CT5. You've got a volume knob here, which I'm inclined to use regularly. It has nice detents to it. Then you've also got steering wheel volume controls here. Not the easiest to get to, but they're not too bad. I would prefer up and down, but whatever. Then you also have a volume control here, which is nice because it goes along with this center rotating knob. Oh, although apparently that switches tracks, which is not super nice. You would think it would move around the screen here, the buttons, kind of like this one. So that's actually really frustrating. I don't know why it would do that when every other car that's got a rotary knob doesn't work like that. Anyway, for track adjustment, apparently you can use that center rotary knob. You can also move this volume knob. Oh, no, you don't move it back and forth, you just press these buttons here. So that's another option. Then you can press these buttons in the touchscreen, or you can use these oddly placed up and down, kind of needing to move your thumb way out of the way buttons on the steering wheel. Little GM-esque there, if you will. For audio inputs in the CT5, what do you got? Well, pretty standard fare. You've got your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio. Bluetooth, you've got a USB-A and a USB-C. You also have a little SD card slot, but I assume that is for the navigation. So that probably needs to stay in there. And you also have some online streaming options, but that's it. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, you don't have a 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, and you also don't have a CD player. Not a huge surprise here in 2020, but still things that are nice to have. So, as I said, this is a 15-speaker audio system, so let's take a look at speaker grill locations. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They're all here and accounted for. Definitely looks like some bass heavy, subwoofery type deals in the back there. Alright, so let's fire this thing up, get on the road. So the audio does go out when you start the car. It's just a mild annoyance, but it comes right back. I want to go here. the Bose system here, it kind of does what every other Bose system does and sounds pretty good. Bose systems often put in a lot of sort of, I don't want to say fake sounds, but just kind of artificial elements and boosts and recreations to the music. It doesn't really give it a super honest sound, but it makes everything sound decent to good range. So I'm actually going to switch over to the center point, or as the song builds back up, see if we can hear any sort of difference. Guess I went a little bit far there, but probably kind of hard to tell through the headphones, but the sound's just coming a little bit more focused. So certain types of music sound better with the center point. Music like this sounds a little bit better in normal. It just sounds a little bit more natural, I guess. Let's switch over to this next track. It's really a test of a lot of systems. A lot of different sounds going on, very loud. track, some of the things I like are that the sound doesn't come through really harsh. Nothing's really strong on my ears or sounding really poorly mixed and bad. On the flip side, nothing's really moving me. The bass isn't coming through and sort of thumping in my chest, and the highs aren't like super crisp, making me really enjoy the song. It's kind of just there. I'm going to switch it back over to normal mode, see if that makes any difference. Right away, I do notice a little bit more bass. That's kind of nice. Alright, let's listen to one more track here and we'll wrap things up. You can definitely hear more bass coming through, which is nice, and it should. It's a pretty bass-heavy song, kind of those holding out bass notes. But again, nothing is really like either this music or music that I've listened to before the test here, kind of getting used to the sound system. Nothing really grabs me. It's like, man, this is a satisfying experience. Final thoughts on the Bose 15 speaker sound system in the Cadillac CT5. Like most Boses, it's pretty good. Like I said before, it's a solid 7, maybe 7.5. I will say Cadillac's really stepped up their game with the Q system here. I don't know if this is like Q 3.0, maybe they don't even call it Cadillac Q anymore. Either way, their infotainment system's quite good. The screen's a good quality, it's good material, everything's very responsive, easy to use. I mean, this touch rotary knob doesn't work nearly as well as it does in other cars, but the touch screen's pretty good, and you can tell that was kind of their main intent, so that's executed pretty well. If I were giving a review, a rating for the sound system subjectively in the kind of compact to mid-size luxury sedan game, it's probably only about a 6. I know that systems from Mercedes and BMW can be much, much better than this. So, because of that, that's where I'm going. Before we end the video, let you guys get a listen to the CT5 here at highway speeds. So as you can see, even on these Sport, what are we on? Pilot Sport 4S's, it's a pretty quiet cabin. Nothing remarkable, but nothing egregious. Anyway, I hope you guys were able to get a good impression for the CT5's audio system. Like I said, if you want to see more on this car, check out the link to our full review. That'll be up in the description when it's live. If you liked the video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, check out some of our other videos, and keep an eye out for future videos. We'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.